Hey everyone, Margaret Wallace Duffy from Wallace for Wellness, the founder of Preventative Health Awareness Month and movement recognized by Health Canada. And I wanted to come to all of you today because I had a message hit me so hard that resonated so deeply with me this morning that I really felt like I needed to come here and share it with all of you. Earlier this year, I did a post and talked about, and during Preventative Health Month, on Growth Day, I talked about the fact that I was embracing this new tool. Now, as a registered massage therapist, a regulated health profession, we have to do ongoing continuing education credits, which is really important, I think, to keep us sharp in what we do as healthcare professionals. And for 33 years, I've taken so many clinical courses and I love it. I love pouring in my skills, my clinical skills for people on my treatment table. But this new chapter of my life and my career is really calling me to do different and bigger things. Things to lead, like this movement, preventative health movement, that's really asking me and demanding of me to be a better leader, to be a better advocate. And here's what I know. I cannot lead and be an inspired leader without leading me first. And so this year, I took a little bit of a different thought to the way I approached some of my continuing education for this year, to really focus on leadership and all of those skills that I need to move this mission forward more, to impact more people, to do it in a purpose-driven, heart-centered way. And I got to tell you, over the last 3 months, what it's doing for me personally is exactly what I hoped it would do, but why it is so important for all of us, to do this kind of personal growth and development work. If we're not growing, we're dying. And it's really, really important. So this morning, I was listening to the Morning Fire on this app, on a Growth Day app. And it just stopped me in my tracks. I often put my earbuds in and I'm listening while I'm doing other things, getting breakfast going, doing my journaling, whatever I'm doing. And it literally stopped me in my tracks and I took notes because it was like, when a message lands at the right time in the right place, and it felt like it was designed to speak directly to me that day. And so that's why I'm coming to you. So all of us can go through really challenging times in life. Our history can be hard. We can go through, I often say, hard seasons. And sometimes those seasons tend to be way longer and way harder than what we want. And often they feel out of our control. And in some cases, there are things we don't have control over. But here's what this work is teaching me so clearly, is that we are in control of how we react and also in control of what we think. And so I wanted to I'm going to look at my notes because I was just so blown away. It's really important that we recognize and acknowledge and validate our traumas and dramas because they don't go away. But here's the difference. You don't have to ruminate on them. I'm going to be completely transparent. Over the last few months, when I've had a lot of things on my plate that have been hard and challenging personally and professionally, I've been letting things ruminate. And I think it's from a place of good intent, because I care, because I'm a doer, because I want so desperately for things to change. But you can ruminate to a point where it literally paralyzes you, increases your anxiety, and stops you dead in your tracks. Because what I do know, and this is so true, what we focus on, we become. So if you're only ever focusing on all the negative, the traumas and the dramas and the hard, you will stop doing any of the good. And regardless of what you're walking through, regardless of the time that we're living, I do believe it's a tough time in our world right now. It's heavy for many of us. And that, not to get political, it doesn't matter what side of the political coin you're on. This is a hard time in our world. But if you get stuck in blame and you use excuses, or they really take away our power. And so here's what the message was this morning. Despite the challenges, despite all of that, win anyway. Sounds simple, but win anyway. What is the next right step you can take in amongst even all that's hard to do that's going to allow you to win? What's the next right thing you can do to move forward in that day? Maybe it's as simple as, going for a walk or just taking a shower, whatever it may be. But attitude, really, better attitude gives us better agency. Let that sink in once again. Better attitude gives us better agency. And without having a good attitude, and attitudes, as I've always said, are contagious, good or bad, we can't become the CEO of our health and our life. But if we shift our attitude and we don't ruminate on the negative and we take that next right step, even in the hard, winning anyways, you can have agency over your health and your life. And you can change your future. I'm going to leave you with a thought, 3 C's. And that is getting clarity on what you truly want. What is your why and what really matters? Courage to step through and do the things even when it's hard. And 3, consistency. And this is where most people fall off, myself included. You're clear, you do the courage thing, you try it once, and then you don't do it. Rinse and repeat. And as my dad would always say, fail forward and often, Margaret, and live where the butterflies are, because that's where growth happens. And today and every day is a good day to grow. I hope that you are going to win anyway today. And share in the comments how you're doing that. If you want more information about Growth Day, if you want to join me on this growth journey as you become the CEO of your health, reach out. I'm here to help.